Welcome to the new video. Today it's going to be a little bit different. The latest meeting between Volodymyr Zelensky, Donald Trump, and J.D. Vance, which was very interesting. And that meeting was analyzed for us by ChatGPT, and here's the resume. The analysis shows that we witnessed masterful manipulation and coercion by the American side. Point 1. Blaming the victim for his own situation. Trump is literally telling Zelensky, "You allowed yourself to be put in a very bad situation." It's a classic bully move, blaming the victim for suffering. It's your own fault that Russia is occupying you and killing your people. Point 2. Coercion and pressure to say thank you. Vance demands that Zelensky say thank you. It's an extremely toxic technique where you force the victim to thank you for your help and then accuse her of ingratitude if she tries to assert her rights. Point 3. Manipulation of the concept of peace. Trump claims that Zelensky is not ready for peace, but by that, he means the surrender of Ukraine. This is a typical manipulation, replacing the term just peace with surrender. Point 4. Refusal to acknowledge the reality of war. Trump keeps repeating that Zelensky has no cards, that without us, you have no cards. This is another trick of the rapist, to devalue the efforts of the victim by assertion that without the mercy of a savior, she is helpless. Point 5. If you have a ceasefire, you have to accept it so that bullets stop flying and your people stop dying. But Trump ignores that a ceasefire with no guarantees is just a respite for Russia to regroup and strike again. Point 6. Domination tactics. Trump keeps interrupting, not letting Zelensky talk. He says, "No, you've said enough. You're not in a position to dictate. No. This is a deliberate use of psychological pressure to establish a hierarchy in which Zelensky is a subordinate." Point 7. Pressure to surrender under the pretext of diplomacy. Vance claims that the road to peace is through diplomacy. This is a classic tactic whereby the aggressor is allowed to continue its aggression without resistance. Point 8. Projection and confusion of terms. Trump declares, "You are playing with the lives of millions of people." But that is exactly what he is doing when he puts the responsibility on Zelensky. Point 9. He creates the illusion that Zelensky owes America something. The United States is indeed helping Ukraine, but to present this help in the form of, "You must listen or you will get nothing," is a form of financial and military coercion, not a partnership. Point 10. Devaluation of the Ukrainian resistance. Trump declares that if it were not for our weapons, this war would be over in 2 weeks. This is an attempt to completely erase the merits of the Ukrainians and present them as totally dependent on the U.S. In conclusion, Trump and his team have used a variety of abusive tactics: gaslighting, victim blaming, extorting gratitude, manipulating the concepts of peace and diplomacy. This is not a negotiation. It is an attempt to force Zelensky to accept terms that are beneficial to the U.S., but deadly for Ukraine. I'll save the financials for next week this time. I'm already doing DCA on XXBT and WEBNF odds every week. And Donald's policies are so amazing that they are sending the markets steadily into the red. So there is really a lot to choose from now, and the markets will probably continue to fall. So it is probably an interesting period for investors, full of buying opportunities, especially in the U.S. markets, which Donald is influencing very solidly with his policies. This year is likely to be a roller coaster ride in the markets. So thank you for watching the videos and any support.